Hey everyone, I'm Joey. Today I'm going to share with you how I made $480 in 30 minutes building balloon columns and how you can too. First things first, if you enjoy my channel, please hit that like button. For the sake of helping me reach a wider audience and helping more people just like you, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. That's a great way to show your support for my channel. So how the heck did I make $480 in 30 minutes building balloon columns? Well, as you can see from my website, I charge $150 for one balloon column. However, this is a longtime client of mine that I've been working with for several years, so I give them a discount for quantity on their balloon columns. They ordered 4 balloon columns at a price of $120 per column. I use these specific balloon column frames on Amazon by a brand called Yalov. You can get 2 for $20 or 4 for $35, and they are absolutely reusable. I've used these same column frames for several events in the past year. I really like these balloon columns for a few reasons. The metal rod connects securely to the base so it won't disconnect at any point during the event. The 7-foot rod is telescopic, which means it can shrink down to about 1 foot in length for easy storage, and it comes with water bag weights which can be emptied for easy transportation and storage. I can't speak more highly of these balloon column frames. There's a link in the description if you're interested in checking them out yourself. I'm working at a school with 2 campuses and I'm building 2 balloon columns at each campus. When I get to my first location, I find where I'm going to be setting up and locate the nearest electrical outlet. Lucky for me, it's pretty close, so I don't need my extension cord. For every balloon decor build, I recommend filling your water bag bases at home in a sink or bathtub. You never know what your build site is going to look like or where the closest water source is going to be, so save yourself some time and headache and fill it up where you know there's going to be water. Learn from my mistakes. It's 8:54 a.m. when I start my build. Balloon columns are made of quads. A quad is 4 balloons tied together. Since my color scheme is only 2 colors, I inflate 2 balloons of the same color, tie them together, inflate 2 balloons of the other color, tie them together, then connect the 2 pairs I made by twisting 1 balloon of each pair around each other a few times. For attaching this quad to the frame, I'll arrange the colors on opposite sides of the quad, then slide the frame between 2 opposite colors. To secure the quads to the frame, I'll twist around the 2 balloons that my frame slid between. It needs to be the same 2 balloons that the frame slid through to secure the quad to the frame. For my next quad, I'll use the same method, sliding the frame between 2 opposite colors and swapping their positions to secure it to the frame. The top quad will not sit exactly in line with the quad below it. The balloons on the top quad will rest in the creases of the quad below it, which is 45 degrees offset of vertical. This creates a spiral pattern in our balloon column. You can probably see the spiral forming at this point. Make sure when you are placing quads onto the frame that you are continuing the spiral in the same direction. A misplacement will make the spiral go in the opposite direction. This is an easy mistake to make, especially when you're working with 3 or 4 different colors. I'm going to build my column 10 quads high with a large 36-inch latex topper. Before I place my last quad onto the frame, I'm going to tie the topper to the top quad. It's easier to do this while the top quad is still off the frame. Securing the topper to the quad with a knot will make sure it doesn't blow away with a big gust of wind. If you use the plastic topper piece that comes with the columns to connect the topper, there's a good chance your topper will become unsecured and blow away if your column is outside. That has happened to me before, so learn from my mistakes and secure your topper to your quads. If your balloon column is going indoors, you are finished after you attach your quads to the frame. If your balloon column is going outdoors, you'll need to include 2 additional methods of securing your balloon column. For outdoor balloon columns, the 3 ways of securing your balloon column are 1. Securing your quads to the frame, 2. Securing quads to each other, and 3. Securing the frame to something structural. Mine is going outdoors, so after I've completed my first level of security by attaching quads to the frame, I need to secure the quads to each other. I'm going to do this by tying balloon ribbon to the bottom quad and looping the ribbon around 2 balloons of the quad above it. I'll repeat this looping process, pulling the ribbon tight after each loop until I reach the top quad. Then I'll tie off the ribbon to the top quad. This secures the quads to each other so that if one balloon pops and the formation becomes loose, the other quads won't blow away. Next, I'll place the balloon columns where they're being set up and add my 3rd level of security, which is securing the frame to something structural. In my case, I'm placing the columns on either side of this lettering. I'll tie a piece of rope or paracord that comes with the column frames to the frames and attach the other end to the lettering. I'll add another security line attaching the frame to something on the opposite side of the column, like this waist-high lamp post. Securing the frame in this way keeps the column standing vertical and prevents the column from swaying back and forth when wind comes. And wind will come, so expect it. Learn from my mistakes. Secure your columns in all 3 of these ways if your columns are going outdoors. I'm pretty quick at this, so it takes me about 15 minutes to build these 2 balloon columns, set them up, and secure them. Now let's head to our second location and build the other 2. I know I'll be setting up somewhere around this globe structure. My point of contact hasn't arrived yet, so I find an electrical outlet close by and get started. You guys know the drill. Make the quads, attach them to the frame, make sure the pattern is lined up in a spiral, secure the topper to the top quad. When I inflate my second topper, I hold it next to my first one to try to make them as close in size as possible. Secure the quads to each other, set up the columns, and secure the frame to something structural on both sides. Boom, another 15 minutes, another $240. Now, you can leave your balloon columns for the event host to dispose of if you won't be reusing them or if the event is a far distance away. I stayed in the area and got some emails and video editing done for the duration of this event, so at the end of the event, I'm going to break down and retrieve the frames so that I can reuse them at a future event. For breakdown, I detach the security lines, move the columns near a trash can, and pop all the balloons. You can tell how much the wind has picked up since I first built these. Learn from my mistakes, friends. Those security lines are important. Once the balloons are popped, I roll up the security lines, separate the debris from the frame, and telescope these columns back down to their smaller size. I take off the water bag weights and empty them into a landscape feature, a storm drain, grass, or bushes. I realize that from an onlooker's perspective, it does look like I'm relieving myself publicly. I'm not. Rest assured, I am not. Public urination is a crime. I sweep up my popped balloons, which is actually the part that probably takes the longest in the breakdown process, and make sure to pop the balloons near a trash can so I don't have to walk far to clean up. I'll say it again, learn from my mistakes. Walking 200 feet with a dustpan full of pop balloons overflowing and spilling as you walk is not an ideal way to tidy your workspace. When I'm finished, let's head back to our first location and finish our breakdown. I detach the security lines, move the columns near a trash can, and pop all the balloons. Once the balloons are popped, I roll up the security lines, separate the debris from the frame, and telescope these columns back down to their smaller size. I take off the water bag weights and empty them into grass or bushes. Let me know what you think of this balloon column build in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to my channel for more balloon and business content. That's a great way to show your support. If you'd like to show your support in other ways, feel free to buy me a coffee. I always appreciate your support and encouragement in that way. You can follow me on Instagram and get my best content sent straight to your inbox by signing up for my weekly email newsletter. I do raffles and giveaways every once in a while, so you're not going to want to miss that. Good luck with your balloon column build. I'm Joey. I'll see you next time.